All right. I'm so glad that you joined me today. This is your invitation to transform your inner world and to set aside the outer world and spend time on your own healing. Because you know that your personal development allows you to be more for yourself and for others and to serve humanity in a more integrated way. We will focus on beliefs that your mind is ready to embrace and release, and where it is ready for change, progress, and transformation. So allow yourself to fully hear these words. Feel them deep within your body, your mind, and your soul, and invite them into your heart. Because you are absolutely worthy of every virtue. You are worthy of every life-giving experience. And as you embody these statements and receive them into your heart, they will transform you gently, profoundly, aligning you with truth. So follow along and we'll begin. I will open with this sacred maxim. Take kindness and goodness as basis. Take loving and openness to heart. Speak with reason. Treat with courtesy. Act with compassion and accomplish results. This is the season of winter, the time of the water element. Water comes in many forms. Each form is valuable. Each form is important. This is the time to drink from the life-giving fountains that bring life and creation to what was barren. So drink fully and freely and allow your body, mind, and spirit to be filled. Embrace water in all its forms. Right now, new life is being created. So let it grow. Let it develop. Let it transform the past and let it cleanse you, removing old patterns, old thoughts, old beliefs that do not serve your highest and greatest good. Consume the life-giving and cleansing water and soak it all in. Now take a deep breath in and breathe out all resistance to transformation, creation, and movement. Say to yourself, I am worthy of all my dreams and desires. I am worthy to ask for what I need. Take a deep breath in and breathe out all resistance to your personal worthiness. Say to yourself, I forgive myself for living life from a place of frugality where I do not deserve anything more than a small pittance, a crumb left for the dogs. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that my purpose in life is to live as small as possible. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that comfort is more important than autonomy or self-determination. And so I remain loyal to a system of dependency on others for my happiness. And breathe. I forgive myself for every time I hand over my power to others in order to remain comfortable and small so that I may prove my unworthiness. And breathe. I forgive myself for putting my life into the hands of others and hating myself when they make choices on my behalf that only serve them. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that other people can read my mind and know my needs without me expressing them specifically. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I don't really know what I truly want. And breathe. I forgive myself for not acknowledging that I do have needs and understanding what they are. And breathe. I forgive myself for being indecisive in my choices for life by refusing to acknowledge my own needs. And breathe. I forgive myself for not being clear with myself about my needs and therefore turn my communication into threats in order to manipulate my needs to be met. And breathe. I forgive myself for every time I have inflicted pain and suffering on myself by refusing to acknowledge my true self and the needs that I have. And breathe. I forgive myself for distracting myself from my own suffering. And breathe. I forgive myself for despising my life circumstances when I live like I'm worthless, especially when others treat me the way I view myself. And breathe. I forgive myself for withdrawing from life when I feel insecure and worthless. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I have to sacrifice my spirituality in order to feel protected. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that this spiritual sacrifice is the only way to avoid conflict. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I need to destroy my true self because I am not worthy to live. So I keep myself busy and overactive and constantly distract myself with the false story I tell myself. And breathe. I forgive myself for holding on to false stories that I tell because I cannot bear the truth of just being myself. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that the great Creator made a mistake when I was created, and I am not worthy to live life to its fullest. And breathe. I forgive myself for clinging to old destructive patterns of self-hate and deprivation in order to feel like I belong to something, even if it causes me pain and suffering. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that it is more comfortable and safe to remain stuck in old emotional patterns that have only brought me pain and suffering. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that in order to create a better life, I have to destroy myself from within. And breathe. I forgive myself for doubting who I truly am and thus destroying myself from the inside. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that this is the struggle of life, and life can only be a struggle, and this can never change. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing I can never change. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that change is harmful. And breathe. I forgive myself for resisting change because stagnation is familiar to me. And breathe. I forgive myself for using all my energy to stay stuck in the stagnant waters of familiarity, even when it's destroying my peace, my happiness, my body, my family, and my career. And breathe. I give myself permission to awake and arise from the stagnant place I am living, to allow clean, new experiences and choices to freshen and revitalize my life. And breathe. I give myself permission to believe that I am worthy to accept the constant change of life and move forward in harmonious flow. And breathe. I give myself permission to believe that I am worthy to live the life of my dreams, and that my needs, wants, and desires are all valid and matter. And breathe. give myself permission to believe that the only way to live the life of my dreams is to love and embrace the constant flow of change and adaptation from a place of self-love and confidence. Breathe. I love and accept myself, accepting that I am a connected part of great nature, who is in constant movement and change, always moving forward and always changing and adapting from moment to moment. And breathe. I give myself permission to put aside all beliefs that do not align with my true self, the self that was created by the great Creator out of unconditional love, even if I have held these beliefs for years or generations. And breathe. Without these harmful patterns and beliefs, I am free to experience life in a whole new way, a way that brings greater peace, love, and happiness to myself and to those I love and interact with. And breathe. I love and embrace the sheer joy of living life from a place of continued movement and change, flowing with the seasons and patterns that the great Creator created for my ultimate good. For this is His work and glory, and I will no longer deny myself of His love and His gifts. And breathe. I give myself permission to unlock and release the chains of resistance to good, so that I am free to live, move, and love my life. Breathe. I give myself permission to have the courage to only focus on living my best life, embracing all the experiences that I have been given for the refining of my heart, and the courage to look myself in the eye and see what God sees and does not call ugly or unworthy. And breathe. I give myself permission to embrace the change from the deepest levels of my mind, body, and spirit, to release what no longer serves me now. Take in a deep breath and breathe out all that no longer serves. You have begun an important transformation. This shift will continue moving through you into your outer world, bringing to you more influential people, events, and opportunities. Look for these and accept and embrace them with great speed as a new world emerges for you. This new world will love and support you because you love and support yourself. It may feel different and new. There is nothing to fear. You are safe. You are confident. You are worthy. You are free. And so, Now you can breathe deeply once more. And slowly begin to bring your attention back to your body and to your surroundings. And know this: you are carrying more power and stronger beliefs to manifest the peace, happiness, and joy that is divinely gifted to you at all times. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes and then go out and make a difference in your world.